Hello.
Welcome. It's nice to see you.
Indeed.
I feel like it's been nary a minute since last we spoke.
Well, time works like that sometimes, you know.
Yeah. How you know what? Let's start off with a classic. How are you doing, Devin? What's going on?
Oh, I am groggy. I stayed up way too late last night. I've been up to a lot of shenanigans the last 24 hours.
Oh yeah.
Went to my cousin's and we watched like this summed up. The story starts off like this. Hey, we're hanging out. Okay, I show up. Hey, we're gonna call a bunch of people to come over and hang out. All right, cool. Never mind. I forgot. I have to go watch a movie with them at the theater. What movie are we gonna watch? Kaiju number 8. Wait, Kaiju number 8.
They have a movie out?
Made a movie? Yeah. Okay, get to the movie theater. Even the movie theater is like, yeah, by the way, it's not actually a movie. All it is a compressed version of the entire show plus one spin-off episode.
That makes more sense, but also lame.
I think it was just a recut.
Yeah,
I couldn't really. It wasn't reanimated. Nothing visually new happened.
Fucking cash grab.
Yeah. So then after that, went to my cousin's house and we just stayed up into the wee late hours of the night watching all sorts of random fucking anime, including the eps for today.
Oh, okay. So you got to experience these episodes in the company of others.
Yes.
Oh, that's incredible. I can't wait to hear about this. So if I am
all over the place, forgive me. Because I have, what's it called? Ishura in my head. I have what was it?
Man's just gonna start talking about fighting kaiju in the middle of this. I'm like, what? Right. What?
Remember that time when Luffy punched God?
Yeah, I remember him punching the celestial dragons
in a dungeon.
Oh God! And then they made food together in the same dungeon.
Exactly.
All right.
Honestly, yeah, that would be a One Piece plot.
Well, your last few days sounds much more invigorating than mine. This also reminded me of the one time we were recording something, and then your cousin just showed up in the Discord. It's like, hey, get ready. In 20 minutes, we're gonna be at your house.
Yeah, when I got kidnapped.
Yeah, when you got kidnapped.
Yeah. That was last Thursday. Luckily, I know for a fact he can't kidnap me this week after this recording because he's going to Tennessee. Unless I get kidnapped and taken to Tennessee.
I was gonna say there's nothing stopping them from still kidnapping you. I feel like, unless that was a lie, it could have also been a lie.
Well, he better not, because I have work tomorrow. And unless he's paying me to go to Tennessee, I can't really afford.
Well, life finds a way.
If you afford to, miss my job, you could definitely go to our Redbubble store.
More to come on that at the end of this episode. In fact, there's a little teaser for you for anyone. Stick around to the end of the episode for some big news.
Oh,
all right.
Even bigger news?
There is news. There's big and bigger news.
Whoa.
So with that being said, let's get this fucking episode over with so we can get to the news.
Right.
All right. I'm gonna read this here summary. This week we got nonstop action for you folks. There's fighting all over the map, from the Mirro-World to the Germa Kingdom. Hell, even Capone Bege is having to throw hands just to make it out alive. Of course, most of the focus is on our stretchy boy getting bibbity bopped by the mochi man for everything he's worth. Luffy just doesn't know when to quit. But one thing he won't do is worry his crew, as he puts on a brave face and confidently tells them through a mirror that he'll make it out of the Mirro-World alive somehow, despite the fact that he's actively being stomped into the ground by Katakuri. The rest of the straws, none the wiser to Luffy's problem, make haste for Cacao Island to pick up Sanji, but it's gonna take about 10 hours to get there. Kind of makes you wonder how that magic carpet got them there in like 5 minutes, though, huh? Anyway, we'll take a break from that fighting briefly to watch Germa 66 finally defeat the Big Mom pirates that were invading their lands, and also successfully trick Mondor into thinking that they had actually lost. We leave them thinking that they might continue to lend a hand, but really, who knows with these jerks. Bege, in a bit of a pickle himself, makes a clean getaway after throwing the pirate equivalent of a smoke bomb and making a sharp right turn on the next off-ramp. After these interludes, though, it's back to the main course. Luffy is still getting rocked by Katakuri, who has now revealed that he has awakened his devil fruit power, and similar to Doflamingo, can transform the entities around him into that of his devil fruit. With this upgrade, he makes quick work putting Luffy down, or so he thought. He retreats for snack time, but Luffy has eaten his way out of the mochi he was buried under and rudely interrupts Katakuri's delectable donut dining debauchery. Enraged by this disrespect, Katakuri comes at Luffy with everything he's got. But what's this? Luffy can evade the attacks now? Has he leveled up? Or is Katakuri getting sloppy in his big Angie mode?
So first things first.
Go on. I'm the realist.
I called it.
Which thing did you call specifically for the audience at home?
Katakuri's fucking jaw being funky as fuck.
Oh yeah, I don't think any of us were under any impression that this would not be the case. Gladly, not like an iron jaw or anything to that extent. He's just got he's got stitched up on the side. You want to know how I got these scars, Joker style, and he's got some sharp teeth. He got some sharp teeths,
but he's also got that like no jawline.
Well, yeah, I think honestly,
it's like his riz stops at his eyes.
Honestly, Devin, I think that's why he wears the scarf. I don't think it's because of his mouth. I think it's because he got that. I don't even know. I'm thinking. I have a vision of a character in my head that has the same rounded jawline, and I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't think of it.
He's got that jelly bean looking chin.
I don't know why, but my brain went to like the Crimson Chin, but it's not the Crimson Chin.
No, the exact opposite. In fact,
the Flaccid Chin. But yeah, he's just big. He's got a testicle for a jaw.
Yeah, a little bit.
As soon as he like went into snack mode, I immediately went, oh no. Like, what is this bit that he's never seen laying down and that he's never seen him eat? What the fuck?
Well, the laying down thing I just took at the time when it was described as this. They're doing the same thing where they hyped up Whitebeard, how he never had any scratches on his back or any wounds on his back because he always takes it. He always takes the damage. So I was just taking it like this basically, and right. The no one's ever seen him eat thing was a different thing, you know. I had once he puts up the shrine, you know something's about to hit. There's obviously about to be a bit here. We don't know what it's gonna be, but we can kind of assume that it's going to be a little wonky. There's already the fact that he's making a whole shrine to eat his snack at the same time every day. And then the chefs want to go, oh, whisper, whisper, whisper. Nobody's ever seen him eat before. It's crazy. He's so dignified and secretive. Devin, I can't tell you how fucking hard I laughed with this reveal of Katakuri.
You shitting me.
I was dying.
No.
This made me laugh so hard. Just the complete juxtaposition. They do the small teaser of having they do a fade to black as they go zoom into the shrine or something, and all you hear in the background is donuts, and I'm like, oh. Oh my goodness, what is happening in there?
Fan's face, my lord.
I know. In my One Piece, a little
too intimate with those donuts.
Dude, he was all about donuts. We should introduce him to Ace sometime. And and then a couple minutes later, and then a couple minutes later, we get the whole actual reveal of Katakuri with the donuts. And part of my enjoyment was also the fact that I was watching my episodes at lunch on my lunch break at work too. So I'm sitting at my desk having finished lunch watching this episode. Luckily I'd already finished my food, otherwise who knows what would have happened. and this whole scene plays out, and I'm on the verge of tears because it was just so it was just so good. After everything that Katakuri has done this entire time, there's even he has the moment where he's flashing through all the things people have said about him. Brule hyped him up. He's never been on his back.
Right.
He's our big brother. He's undefeatable. So dignified, so reliable. And then there's this, and Devin, it killed me. I loved this bit so
you were
much.
One of the chefs.
Well, yes, I didn't literally die, but he definitely. I was about to. Like one of those chefs for sure.
It was a pretty solid bit, like just him with his pants caught down and just like the realization and the panic and then the rage.
Yeah.
It didn't make me laugh as hard. I definitely snorted, like a deep exhale. Granted, I had also been burned out at this point while watching my episodes because it was 5 a.m. and this was the 8th anime I'm watching at the night.
Yeah, I gotta say, it disappoints me to hear that, Devin.
I don't know what it is. It was a funny idea, but I don't know if it was just like the execution or I don't know. It just I don't know. I think my brain's just fried right now.
I wish I had a Brendan here with me. Brendan would understand me, and probably Justin too. Justin's a big donut guy, but man, I have never wished we had a full cast more than just to discuss this one moment.
Because like I don't really know what to talk about like in these episodes, like about like that reaction. Like to me, it was like it just felt like any other One Piece little bit, short and sweet. Now, granted, I don't know.
Donuts.
Dude,
it's the juxtaposition of characters, obviously, but
right.
There's also just something about there's the way that he's eating the donuts. There's his goofy look with the chin and everything too. Just all of these things together, and also I feel as though we've been a little deprived of these sorts of good One Piece gags, like quintessential One Piece dumb things. Mm-hmm. You could argue that the Tamate box is kind of like that too, and I'd probably agree with you. But outside of that, I feel as though I've been starved for especially good One Piece bits in Whole Cake Island. So
I disagree. I feel like this whole adventure so far of Whole Cake Island has been bit after bit after bit, and I don't know if I'm just like it's oversaturated for me because we've had so many bizarre like let's say everyone was like normal looking, right? Like they didn't look like fucking sludge people or whatnot, right? And they like legitimately like had that Katakuri energy the whole time, right? And then the reveal of all of them being like weird, that would have been, jarring for me and like made me laugh. But like because of how physically diverse everyone in Whole Cake Island has been and how weird it is to me, it's just like all right, so he's also weird looking, like it. I don't know, it just doesn't hit my funny bone.
Yeah, I'm not saying that there's been a lack of bits as a whole. I haven't vibed especially as much with a lot of them as maybe some other arcs in the past. On the whole, the post time skip has been lighter on good bits anyway, but this arc is just especially been this moment is a light in the darkness. This feels like a hearkening back to the good old days of One Piece.
You mean like Eneru face like bit?
Yeah, like something completely out of left field that you maybe wouldn't have expected or wasn't brought to the forefront, wasn't teased, couldn't have been as guessed as before as some other bits. Because again, up to this point, Katakuri's he's been a guy and he's just been throwing hands out.
Right. I don't know. I feel like I'm like the opposite of you right now. Like it's like to me like I agree. I miss like the Eneru bits, like those reactions where it's like, wait, it didn't work. What do you mean? like shit like that. But this one, it just felt, because, you know, like I said, like, you know, like how funny would it be? Like I even said, you know, like a couple weeks ago or last week or God knows when, you know, like how funny would it be if his face is fucked up? Like, I wasn't serious. I didn't mean that. I didn't want him to be fucked up in the jawline, but here he is, and I'm like, Oda, why'd you listen?
Oda, why'd you retcon this?
Right? Like, why is this the case?
If you're gonna Berenstein Bears me, then at least erase my memory so I don't remember.
Right? At least delete my brain. Don't let me live with this cosmic horror in my head. Oh, I don't know. It just didn't. It didn't hit my funny bone.
These bits aren't for everyone, so I guess we'll move on, or really move backwards to some of the other stuff that happened in these episodes before Donut Katakuri.
Right. I gotta say, seeing what's his name? Why am I blanking at Capone or Bege's ship? Just be a ship. What if tank?
Yeah,
now that shit had me rolling.
Like, that's the one that got you going.
It did. It really did. I was like, this is so fucking dumb. Like it totally fits, but this is so dumb. Why would you have tank treads on your boat?
I don't know, man. Multi-use vehicle.
All-terrain.
Yeah, all-terrain boat.
He puts it as a literal all-terrain vehicle. Oh,
I mean, you're right. It is funny. The fact that Bege just slaps tank treads on anything and says, "All right, yeah, it's perfect."
And also, I don't know if it's only me, but I actually like Pudding currently, like how she's acting around Sanji and everything, like how she's getting jealous of Lola, like feeding him cookies and shit like that. Like those are the bits I enjoy.
I don't think I can agree there. I think I gotta disagree with you on that one. I don't. The cooking in the kitchen has not led to the shenaniganery that I had hoped for. We're really just sort of here, and we flash back to them every now and then when we want some kind of break in the action, and it's always just the same thing. It's just Pudding not paying attention to what she's supposed to be doing because she's thinking about Sanji, or in this case, it's Chiffon having Sanji test something and then her getting real jealous and all of this shit. And I just don't want it.
I agree that it's really boring, and it's like as a whole picture, like because of how it's implemented, but the fact that it's happening, like the bit itself, I enjoy the bit itself, right? Like the whole gimmick of like her fawning over Sanji, I think that's hilarious. You know, even though she's like, I want him fucking. It's just different. I don't know. It's like Sanji's getting his own medicine back,
but he's not, because he's not like icked out by this. He loves this shit.
Yeah, but he's also. I agree, but it's the same energy. I don't know how to explain it. He's getting his same energy back, and I vibe with that. But what's it called? Like I agree with you. Like the whole, like I feel like we literally just watched a whole lot of nothing happening, where like people are fighting and allegedly plot is moving, but in reality everything stayed the same. Like I feel like I didn't miss much watching these 3 episodes. Like if I had missed this week, caught the last 20 minutes or 15 minutes of the last episode, I would have been caught up. I feel like nothing has progressed.
Well, yeah, I feel these 3 episodes were really just Luffy versus Katakuri with some brief interludes from other characters to sort of, in Germa's case, wrap up a timeline or wrap up a loose end. In Bege's case, also maybe wrap up a loose end, but probably not. And we just check in with the baking crew, you know, you're right. There isn't like a whole lot of substance to what goes on exactly here.
So there is one thing though, that of all like those, like, you know, like I'll just call it the collage effect, you know, of all that. What it's the part where like they're trying to like constantly talk to Luffy, and like Katakuri in the first episode just literally just lets Luffy run away for like a hot minute with a piece of glass so he could talk to his friends.
Yeah.
You know, and like they're smashing the glasses, you know, like the windows and everything, right? There's a moment where, well, what's it called? Like they Luffy smashes one of the glass panes from inside the mirror world, but it just makes the mirror explode in the real world, right? Because, you know, he's like trying to stop the arrow people from, you know, doing the thing, which, yeah, makes sense, right? But then it had me thinking, they've been fighting like crazy in this mirror world and like smashing mirrors left and right. So you gotta believe it, that there's like places all over the place where mirrors are just fucking, like you're in your living room. Imagine your mirror just explodes for no fucking reason because people are fighting in the mirror dimension. Like you're just sitting there, you know, just got back from work, take your shoes off, you know, and all of a sudden your fucking mirror explodes.
Yeah, the hallway mirror.
That's essentially what's happening. Exactly. Not just like shatters, explodes.
Yeah.
Like it's violent. Because you got Katakuri and Luffy punching walls and mirrors constantly and like fucking indenting each other into them.
Yeah. Or eventually Katakuri just breaking entire walls or forming them into mochi and throwing them at Luffy.
Right, like imagine a whole household, like you're in your house and your entire house, every single mirror explodes simultaneously.
Yeah.
Like that had
and if you're near any of them, you're getting hit with a grenade's worth of shrapnel from this fucking mirror explosion.
Like you're sitting there in the mirror like doing your makeup or something, and then all of a sudden just you're blind.
You'd be maimed.
You're blind and disabled.
Yeah, you'd be maimed. It'd be horrifying.
I want to see that. Like, that's what I want to see. Like that's what I wanted to see, was just like the effects on the real world of their fight in the mirror world.
This is the equivalent of a Marvel movie where all of the heroes and the aliens are destroying things in the city, and we just have it's just a wanton disregard for any life that is inside of those buildings potentially.
Right.
We just don't ever address it. And so this is a lesser extent of that. But yeah, I would love to see now that would make a good bit. Since we're on the top of Marvel movies, it'd be the same thing where we just have the Stan Lee cameo and he's just doing a thing like the one where he's in the library or something and he's just sweeping up and the action scene, Spider-Man's going behind him. Yeah, something like that, but with all these fucking mirrors exploding. Like for real, like I feel like that, like it's a low-hanging fruit of a bit that they could have easily done. Yeah, and you put some happy-go-lucky music over the back.
Exactly, or even just even like the edgy music where it's like, oh my god, people are reacting to the world. The mirrors just fucking being. Imagine every single mirror in your house is now an active grenade. Yeah, potentially.
Yeah. And then we cut to a group of people who form this cult-ish group about the mirror conspiracy.
Big mirrors after you.
Yeah.
The government, they're in your mirrors. They're monitoring you while you take a shit.
Yeah, or they think some mystical being that lives in the mirror is after them because trying to enforce bad luck on the world.
Yeah, how much bad luck do you think that all the characters have currently?
Millennia. Millennia of bad luck. You know, look at there's so many mirrors in there, dude. What is it, 7 years of bad luck per mirror?
Right.
There's so that sounds like not a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, they've shattered hundreds of mirrors.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, who even gets that bad luck? I mean, I get they're both breaking all of it. If there were to be a tally, I guess
I don't know.
It could happen, but yeah, this is like a thought I've had with friends before, where when I die, whether there is an afterlife or not of any kind, I want an after action report, video game style. I want to be handed a book with all of the stats,
all the stat blocks,
all of the stats I could ever want. You know, I want to know how many calories I ate across my entire life. Just see that giant number, or how many times I came close to dying but didn't even realize it. You know, now that I'm dead, that means nothing to me anymore. But I just want to know,
like, who was that time almost a death?
Yeah, dude. I want the stats. I could spend years going through my stat book alone in the afterlife.
Dude, that I would too. Or how many inadvertent kills.
Oh god,
Like,
actually that one I might not want to know about.
Like, ew.
I might not want to know about that one. I'll be honest.
Yo, what's this kill feed? Why do I have a nuke?
Why? What's this? What's this really
Hold
long
on,
run-on number?
Ray gun. Sorry, what?
No, I was gonna say, what's this really long run-on number doing here, and why does it say? Why is it under the almost killed category? What's Pi doing here, but with commas?
Oh God! No, yeah, that would be a fun ass book to read.
I would love that. That's my one ask for the afterlife. Give me the stat book. Please let there be a stat book.
And is there competitive and ranked?
Oh, dude! Yes, give me the ranking too. Give me the percentage of people. You know,
right? Like top. Like shitter of one, like out of a billion.
Yeah, give me a special couple pages of the book where I'm in the top 0.1% of this one very niche thing. You know, I want to know. There's got to be something.
I want to see the scoreboards.
Yes.
Because like we already know where the kill count ones are. Like we get that one. Like don't care about that one. I want to see like for the dumb shit, like miles driven.
Yeah, you know? Anything.
like who's the number one, like furthest traveled.
yeah And I want to be able to compare to my friends too. That would be nice too. I want to know who of, so that when they get there, if they're not already there in that afterlife, I can shit on them or brag to them.
Get wrecked, nerd.
Yeah.
I shit a larger brick wall than you did.
I traveled more times around the sun walking backward than you did, idiot.
Or just see how close. Like, oh, dude, we almost had the same amount of steps.
Yeah. All right. Well, that aside, we yeah. So Luffy breaks these mirrors. That scene, it was good. What did you make of Luffy just putting on a brave face for the rest of the crew and being like, "Yeah, don't worry, guys. I'm gonna be there. I'm doing fine. No problems here." As he's covering his mouth to not scream in pain as he's actively getting the beat down from Kata.
When he grabs his lips and like pulls them forward, I was like, first off, you're not even like doing a good job of it. Just hang up. Like
you can't. No, I mean, you could throw the mirror piece away, I guess.
Just break it. Yeah, like just hang up. Just hang up. You don't have to put on the face. Like what is this all about? Like I was indifferent to it. Like I was like, this is a dumb bit in my mind.
Aw. I mean, I thought. No, sorry. Go on. No, continue.
There wasn't really much thought left.
I thought it was sweet, you know?
I mean, it just felt like my brain didn't interpret it or didn't store it in my head in a sweet way. I stored it in my head as like, this is just them milking time.
Like, I think there's way more egregious things in these episodes that waste time than this.
Agree, but this is just another one. Like here you go on the shelf too. Like, all right, we're putting everything on these 3 episodes. We got to milk because we got 10 hours to go.
Yeah.
Like the Peanut Island thing.
I don't know.
Big Mom's heading towards Peanut Island. Yeah. Like, what the fuck is this about?
Yeah.
Why? This is so dumb. Although there was another bit that I personally thought was funny, which was when it shows like the Germa, guys like, winning their fights and everything, but there's the one guy who just takes 2 swords and then suddenly makes a Destructo disc and throws it.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, holy shit, it's Krillin. Like, man, they're really stealing everything from Dragon Ball Z this arc. Like, they're not even being ashamed of it. Like, they're just doing it. Yeah. I feel like I'm in pain with these episodes. these episodes have been pain.
I don't feel the same about these episodes. In previous weeks, I feel as though I was on the same wavelength, but these episodes and last week's episodes, I felt pretty good about. Well, last week's episodes were more about active progress. This week's episodes, I was entertained mostly by the Katakuri snack reveal, but the fight with Luffy is just mostly him getting the shit beaten out of him over and over again. So there's not a whole lot of substance to it outside of what happens in the last episode, more or less. So
right.
I still had a good time.
And I feel like that's my gripe with it, is that there is no substance to the fights. So the fights themselves seem underwhelming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because it's just like, we've already seen 3 episodes of Luffy getting his shit rocked. Why do I need 3 more?
Yeah. I mean, luckily, it's really, when it boiled down to it, kind of more like 1 episode worth of Luffy getting rocked, and then all of the other stuff that sort of fills in the time gap, and then the 3rd episode happens. So it's not entirely filled up with Luffy and Katakuri, but
my brain is only registering it like that, though.
Sure, because it's the most important piece of the puzzle in these episodes. It's the part we end off with, so it's what's going to be on the forefront of your mind, and I can't blame you, but I had a decent time, and I think in terms of fights that have no meaning across this arc, this is at least a little bit better because it's gonna lead somewhere, as opposed to some of the other stuff that happens even right when the wedding is crashed, you know, with all of the random matchups that just sort of get thrown at you and then tossed away. They don't actually ever end up happening in some cases.
Right.
So at least in this one, it's going to lead somewhere. And we get the little tease of that at the end of 856, with Luffy realizing he has either caught on to Katakuri's tactic, which we'll find out next week, perhaps, what exactly is going on, but might be my called it moment for the week, if he has upgraded his observation hockey for this fight.
I think you're right on this one, because again, like, I was with my cousin, and I think he slips. He's not perfect. He ain't no Justin. He tries his best not to spoil, but sometimes he goes like, "Hey yo," and then it's like, I look at him and he goes, "Oh no," and I'm like, like,
right.
You goofed. You goofed, my bud. So I think you're right. He did upgrade it, and they kind of implied it heavily at the end of this episode, where he's like, "Oh, I'm dodging more."
Yeah, they have those. I like the way that they animated it too, with these frames of Katakuri throwing punches and then Luffy disappears. You hear their version of the Dragon Ball Z teleport noise.
It's the same version. It's the same teleport noise.
Well, it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty close.
The same.
It's pretty close.
It's the exact same thing.
And they just have what I can only describe as Samurai Jack-esque moments, where they have they split the screen in a funky way, and then some form of action happens. In this case, it's Luffy teleporting away from a punch, and then or seeing in slow motion the Katakuri's punches coming at him. So and then also flashes of Katakuri's red eyes in the first place, which are obviously him using observation hockey in an active way. So all of this combined seems to very much lend itself to the idea that Luffy is upgrading his observation hockey on the fly, which is, as I figured, probably the only thing that's going to get him out of this fight. Whether he actually beats Katakuri or just gets to run away somehow, I think at this point he's locked into beating Katakuri.
I agree. I have a feeling that he's gonna beat. He's got the official 4th gear going. So
yeah,
it do be looking like a finishing moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually kind of mad because of, in my opinion, the substance of this week was so watered down that we stopped where we did, because I was like, no, finally some good shit's about to happen.
Yeah.
Like, no, like even my cousin was like, what do you mean we have to stop watching the episodes? And I was like, because this is where I'm supposed to stop.
Yeah.
I can't go beyond.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but this is the web we weave with the podcast, unfortunately.
I feel like I've been edged in a bad way.
Yeah, a little.
Like I just got anime blue balled.
Yeah, we've been here before,
episodes.
and it's not surprising. I'm a little used to it by now, but at the same time, I just want to see him do it.
Mad.
I want to see him do it.
Do the thing.
I want to see them do the thing to each other. Yeah.
I don't know exactly what that thing is, but it's definitely going to involve a Kong and a grizzly cannon.
You know what I was kind of, I guess, worried about for my own prediction, but intrigued if it actually would have happened, is I thought for about 20 seconds when we are seeing, well, first of all, we get another Devil Fruit Paramecia user with an awakened Devil Fruit doing basically the same thing that we saw Doflamingo do, where he can touch the ground and Katakuri can turn the walls and everything else into mochi the same way Doflamingo could turn things into strings.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I don't think it was that surprising to know that Katakuri has awakened his Devil Fruit. I think that that's not necessarily a far cry from possibility.
Well, no, it really wasn't. And on top of that, like, because like I had made a comment in, I don't know if we've talked about this before, but I literally like at the beginning of these episodes, like at the beginning of the fight, I literally said, I was like, how is he not a Logia? He's doing Logia things. And turns out that Oda himself actually, like, he'd been asked this so much that he actually had to do like, not a retcon, but like according to my cousin, he had to like be like, yeah, no, he's a Paramecia, but he's like special. And that's the explanation for why he's able to do such crazy things. Not just the fact that he's, upgraded, Devil Fruit, but he himself has a special form of Paramecia. And I literally just said, this is bullshit. This is a bullshit excuse. Like, this is the same moment in like when you're in third grade playing like war and all of a sudden like the buddy goes, no, I have a space shield. And it's like, what the fuck? Timmy, you can't make it up as you go.
I have
this
anti-tag
is
armor.
Exactly. Like, no, this is dumb. Be consistent.
You didn't tag me. You tagged my sweater. My sweater isn't me.
Exactly. It made me mad because it brought me back to third grade, and I was a victim of that.
Yeah, join the club, buddy. I don't know why I said butter.
Hungry, bud?
I could always eat.
Speaking of eating,
yeah. So this was the part that I was trying to get to, is that we watch Luffy eat his way out of this giant pile of mochi, which is actually in some instances just the wall and mirrors, but in mochi shape.
Was it mochi shape? Because I thought it was just like a pile of poop.
It definitely looks like
with cherry on top.
Definitely looks like that. And it is all mochi. Really, I should say it's the opposite. It's mirror and wall shaped mochi. It's still all mochi and edible because that's what Katakuri did. He turned it all into mochi. But for the second time in this arc, at least, really, in a 1v1 combat scenario anyway, we have watched Luffy eat his way out of a huge problem. And Luffy even comments on it. Luffy, that man loves eating, but it's a problem when even Luffy is complaining that he has to eat his way out of these situations.
Well, not alone just that, but like, he has the jiggle physics going on next following that, but then they had to do another bit where he runs away and comes back skinny because he's burned the calories that quickly.
Yeah, that's how it works.
This is so dumb. This is like, why reintroduce the bit of him solving a problem by eating it and then like immediately like undo like the effects of that by just saying he runs away for a minute and then comes, like, why didn't he just escape?
Because it's funnier if he eats his way out again.
Shut up. No, it's not. This is a dumb bit and we're just dragging the shit on. Like, he did not need to come back to go see what's inside the, like, to reveal it. Like, I understand that, yes, this was like a bit that Oda was setting up for, you know, the reveal of Katakuri's, you know, fucking face. But the fact that he ran away and no one stopped him. No one did.
Who's gonna stop him? What do you mean no one stopped him? Nobody's there.
Brule, literally any of the other
Brule's not there. None of them are there anymore.
That's the problem.
Brule can't do shit anymore, dog. She's worthless in a fight.
Agreed.
And then all the rest of the no names behind her are even less likely to put up a fight. They're no better than the 3 chefs that get murked. Brulee's a punching bag at this point.
It just hurt me because I was like, you could have moved the plot forward now. You could have escaped Katakuri and ran away, and you chose to run away to get skinny to then come back to ignore the problems of you being fat Luffy.
Yeah,
I'm angry. Let me be angry.
All right, I mean that's fine. I'm not gonna be here and try and convince you to be unangry because that I'd have a better time trying to push a mountain.
Exactly.
And so all I can say is I don't mind this. The point that I was looking to get to though eventually was, and bringing up the awakened devil fruits anyway, the sound effects that they use for eating for Luffy eating his way out of the pile of mochi that looks like poop with the cherry on top. That actually really didn't look like a cherry. It looked like a tangerine or an orange or something.
Yeah, it was something weird.
The sound effects that they were using, plus the reintroduction of awakened devil fruits, almost made me think that Luffy was about to awaken his devil fruit on the fly instead. And because they use sound effects where the mochi pile gets bigger and bigger as if it's inflating like a balloon. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, and obviously we've watched Luffy for hundreds of episodes now blow up his arms and legs like a balloon to do things. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, is this instead of observation hockey, are we instead going to have him awaken his devil fruit here? It would be a little soon, but too. I'm not entirely opposed to this. And then the top of the mochi explodes and we get fat Luffy, and I went, oh, well, that's slightly disappointing that we're not getting something more interesting out of this, especially because the music is swelling as if there's going to be some badass moment that happens, and then
right,
and then
like,
fat
you think,
Luffy
like, he's
pops
gonna do
out.
something epic. Yeah, it's just fat Luffy.
Yeah.
I agree. I hated that hoodwink. Like, it did make you feel like he was about to like get like a major level up.
I was just let down. I felt let on. I felt like a catfish by the show a little bit. They used balloon inflating noises, dude.
They
could have used munching or something instead, and the chefs could have been leaning in close and be like, "What's that noise?"
Hold on. Watch Luffy's fucking devil fruit awakening just be advanced cannibalism, because he always just eats his way out of all his problems. Like, he could just consume anything.
Yeah, he leveled up that skill too much, and that became his secret hidden class instead.
Right?
He's an eater.
Double swallow.
Yeah. Gomu gomu no. Binge
Gomu
eating.
gomu no Hoover.
Yeah.
He just sucks everything in his mouth like Kirby. He just becomes Kirby.
Exactly. And then he punches a star.
Punches a star.
Dude, if there's one thing I know about Kirby, it's that Kirby has the power to end universes in that tiny little pink body. That ditto with shoes.
Hey, yo, ditto with the J's.
Yeah. So I for the purposes of having my prediction be correct, great. for the purposes of interesting things happening, a bit of a letdown. So I guess we'll have to wait a little bit more on Luffy's Devil Fruit Awakening. Maybe we'll get that later. Who knows? In this arc, I don't know. I imagine we'd probably get it in the next one. Maybe we're getting a lot of exposure to awakened devil fruits. I would hope at some point that we can't have the introduction of it and then have Luffy never do it. So that's already like, it'll happen eventually. I'm just curious now if it's not going to be
when
here.
And how.
If it'll be maybe in the next arc, Luffy will like really get his act together and think about it, how overpowered Doflamingo at the end there was, and then what Katakuri was able to. Well, as far as we know, Big Mom hasn't displayed any awakened devil fruit powers yet. So
well, I meant just like he needs to get stronger, so therefore needs to upgrade.
Yes, yeah,
he needs to put those points he's eating into other stat.
Yes. So I would assume by the end of this arc, whether he has to actually face down Big Mom in a fight or not, he would learn that trying to master awakening would be a valuable skill to have before anything else. Which,
once again, it kind of surprises me that he didn't learn this from Rayleigh.
I would say I think the only reason we don't know this, he wouldn't have gotten it from Rayleigh, is because Rayleigh has not shown to have a devil fruit, so he wouldn't innately know that.
But Rayleigh knows about devil fruit. He would have some knowledge of like, hey, you should probably get that shit awakened, especially if you're going in the new world and you're gonna go hang out with the Big Mom and beat her up and stuff.
Sure. At this point, he doesn't. At that point, I should say he doesn't have beef with Big Mom because Fishman Island hasn't happened yet. But in general, yes, I think I agree in that Rayleigh would know about awakened devil fruits, and he should have probably mentioned it at some point. I don't think Rayleigh has the capacity to actually teach him about it, not having a devil fruit himself, but mentioning it to him, going, hey, by the way, there's this thing called awakening that you'll probably experience at some point, and you might want to master it because it'll be a real big help along with all this hockey stuff that I've been teaching you.
Right. Or even the advanced hockey. Come on, Rayleigh should have known to that. The fact that you just taught him apparently vanilla hockey.
Well,
I guess
they only had 2 years.
They only had 2 years.
They only had 2 years, Devin.
2 years.
These other guys have been fighting their whole lives, and they're older than him. Luffy's only 18 or something to that effect.
I don't know. It's mad. Damn it, Oda.
What did you think of? Okay, so speaking of advanced hockey, what did you think of Minecraft Arms Katakuri? Yeah, he went half Steve mode and I think he referred to it as Edge Mochi or something to that effect, but then also talked about dumb. How this is advanced form of hockey where his is superior to Luffy's. And for some reason, it made Luffy's hands hurt a lot.
I liked the bit of seeing Luffy's hands hurting. I liked that part, but the visual demonstration of it is this is so dumb. Why is he square? What is going on?
Why Katakuri square?
Yeah, exactly. Why is he square? Why do I feel like I'm in the Minecraft movie? What's going on?
I don't know, man. It made me giggle though. I didn't care. This is whatever. I think Minecraft mode was more specifically about him making it Edge Mochi and less about the hockey, but it was still funny when you combine them.
Is it sharp now?
Yes. I think that's the point. Edge Mochi, it's just sharp and more condensed or something.
That's fucking dumb.
Again, that's just that would happen without the hockey. That's just a Katakuri special, but the hockey makes it even funnier. because he talks specifically about how he has stronger armament hockey, and then he makes Minecraft arms. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, the secret is just make Edge put polygons, more polygons,
less polygons.
Yeah, less polygons. Sorry, yes, less polygons.
Gotta get them Tomb Raider.
Yes, that's right.
Oh God, yeah. It did remind me of like Final Fantasy, like 7, like the original.
OG.
Oh, God damn it!
But I'm curious. I'm curious to see what happens next week with the fight now. If it'll take, I would assume it will only take Luffy one rotation of Gear 4, because obviously he goes into low power mode after that. So if he goes into low power, I have a feeling
that we're gonna get one episode of like finishing the Katakuri fight and learning eyeball stuff.
I hope it's not one. It better be at least 2.
I have a feeling it's going to be just one. And then it's going to be more episodes dedicated to wasting time for, Big Mom to get there and making the cake.
Well, Big Mom fucked off to Peanut Island, so.
Well, yeah, so Big Mom's going to fuck up Peanut Island.
Yeah.
It's going to be that's going to be a whole episode. And then, just baking a cake.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the part obviously that I'm not excited for, and I don't think anybody would be, especially when there's potential in this Katakuri Luffy fight, but just all of the other things that are surrounding it right now are just kind of not fun to watch, for lack of a better term.
It's so boring.
Yeah,
there's no substance. There's no where's the sauce? Where's the substance? I feel like I'm drinking the diet water of One Piece right now.
Yeah.
It's just people doing repeated actions and then saying, haha, we're winning.
The one other thing that was relatively entertaining we've taken care of now, which was just the rest of the Straw Hats dealing with what was going on the Sunny. So
smashing mirrors and stuff.
Smashing mirrors, but also directly previous to that, dealing with the fire and the before they blasted off, take care of the remainder of the Big Mom pirates that were there, or even when they were actually being chased by Big Mom and the Tart ships, But now we're just gonna make a beeline, and I just so hope that we skip the 10 hours somehow. I don't want to watch a montage of random things happening over the course of 10 hours, because
I think that's exactly what we're gonna get.
What are we even gonna do, man?
So this is what I think is gonna happen, because they've implied it heavily. First off, we're gonna get the explanation for what the hell is going on with all their the slimes that are like scanning everything, because they're disappearing.
Oh, the slugs.
Yeah, the slugs are disappearing. We're gonna get more ship battles of just Bege going neener, 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 shooting cannons at each other that are smiling and then fleeing. We're going to get more cooking. We're going to get of Katakuri and Luffy fighting in a badass way. And then we're also going to see Big Mom just having tantrum on Peanut Island. That's what we're going to get the next 3 episodes.
I'm anticipating the next, even beyond the next 3 episodes, because I'm sure we won't be done in the next 3 episodes either. I still firmly, maybe I hope more than believe, but I firmly believe that we will spend at least 2 episodes with Luffy Katakuri, and interspersed in there, the one extra episode and interspersed in the other 2 will be some of this other stuff. They'll definitely be cooking. There'll definitely be Big Mom wreaking havoc, and then we'll just sort of sprinkle in some other stuff. Maybe we'll see what Germa gets up to with that they're free.
Move their ship.
They'll move, they'll move their fucking kingdom, because it's the entirety of their kingdom there.
Right. Because they've been sitting still this whole time. They've been fighting and just sitting still.
Yeah, but now that they've done with the problem, they decided to set sail, but we don't know where they're going. So I hope that, I don't know. I both want to and don't want to see any more of Germa. It feels weird, because the way that One Piece goes and the way that it ends, that scene with Germa, it seems to sort of lightly imply that they're going to go try and help the Straw Hats more. And that doesn't feel like it's very in line with their characters at all.
It really doesn't.
But it would be something I could see One Piece doing, Oda writing into this story. What would make sense for their characters is if at this point they just fuck off. You know, their part's done. They got betrayed. They're finally free.
Right.
They've got everything
they have no ties to anything else. There's no reason for them to loop back.
No reason to be here or to look back. But for some reason, it feels as though they're going to still feel like they need or want to help the Straw Hats. Or even worse, maybe Judge will feel like he needs or wants to help the Straw Hats. And then he'll order the rest of them because they just blindly obey orders of the leader. Although now that he got the shit kicked out of him, they may respect him less. And also for crying in front of everybody, they might just respect him less, the three brothers, and just do their own thing. Who knows? But I worry now that Germa, they're gonna try and make Germa slightly more sympathizable outside of Reiju, which is she's already been in the sympathy boat for being the only nice one to Sanji. But
agreed.
I'm sure we haven't seen the last of them, but
the formula is not looking too bright.
Yeah,
it is. I agree with that.
I'm sure we'll also at some point outside of the next 3 episodes watch Big Mom hop to a bunch more islands before they finally get to Cacao Island, giving them the necessary time to bake the whole cake or some shit like that.
Right.
Parasparrow will worry more. I don't know, dude. I just want to take a long rest and let that 10 hours pass just in an instant. I want Luffy to be Katakuri, and then I just want to take a long rest and skip all of it.
I'm so over this arc at this point.
I'm not over the arc, but I'm worried about this being a drag, like One Piece. You know,
I agree. I feel like we are in it. What is this, float piece now?
Sure, sail piece.
But I don't know. The best way to describe it is I'm so fatigued by this arc because there's nothing. There's no gas in the tank, but we're still going, and it's crumbling. The ship and car is falling apart as we're going down the hill, but there's no gas in it, so it doesn't feel like we're going anywhere. But the plot is somewhat moving because the wheels are turning, and I hate it because the wheels are turning so goddamn slowly.
Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic. I think things can still turn out good. But like when we were worried about the Tamate box and more MacGuffins getting them off the island, I worry that the next 6 episodes, 2 weeks more or less of this podcast will just be filling up this 10-hour structure of time, this 10-hour block of time, I should say.
Agreed.
So I will cease speculation on it now because there's an endless number of things that can happen. Is there anything else that you think we need to talk about or that we've missed this week?
I can't really milk any more out of these episodes. The fact that we've made it to this point, it amazes me. I thought this was going to be like a 30-minute in and out.
No.
These episodes are that bad for me. I did not retain any new information really from these episodes. Except for a bit here and there. That's how painful it is for me to process this.
Well,
so no, I am good. I have nothing else I want.
That's nothing new to me. This is almost a weekly experience at this point.
Honestly, it really does feel like that. And I feel bad for the fans the listeners that I don't have much to say, but it's just I'm so fatigued by this arc. It is so mind-numbingly boring to me. I am. Oh.
Yeah, we'll see. I expect on almost no grounds, really, that we'll be done with this arc in, I don't know, maybe 5 weeks is going to be my guess.
Oh, God, that's a month.
4 or 5 weeks would be my guess.
Month.
What's that, 15 episodes or so? I don't know. It actually might be more than that. But yeah, I expect something maybe 6 or 7 weeks is probably closer to the truth. There's a lot of things that they could still do here,
and there's also a lot of potential for how they can milk it.
Yeah, so maybe it'll be longer. Maybe we'll make it all the way up to episode 900, which would be another 50 episodes of this.
If we get up to episode 900, I'm going to fist fight Oda. What episode are we on?
56.
56? I will fist fight Oda if we get to episode 900. And we're still not done with Whole Cake Island.
44 episodes. It's basically 15 weeks if we get to 900.
I will fist fight Oda if we're not out of fucking like on site. On site, I will deck him. If it takes him this fucking long to get out of this arc, that's how much pain this arc is giving me. I am willing to catch a felony.
And also risk illegal travel to Japan or something like that, probably.
Exactly.
Devin, we actually haven't even been in this episode for 100 One Piece episodes yet.
Oh no.
This arc.
How long has this arc been? It feels like it's been 100 episodes.
No, unfortunately not. It 780s was basically something like that.
So at 870 or 880, that'll be 100 episodes.
880 will be 100 episodes. Yeah,
cutting it close, Oda.
And keep in mind, Dressrosa was like 100 episodes too. So, but Dressrosa had better moments.
It really did. Early parts of Dressrosa outside of Run Piece, there were more moments to dig your teeth into in Dressrosa. And I feel like that's the problem I have with Whole Cake. There's nothing for me to really savor in my mouth. I'm just sitting here watching a fat lady get mad about not having food.
Yeah,
I hate it.
That particular part is especially annoying. That the big bad has just been turned into this. She was so broken, we just had to make her go on a hunger pang so that it was actually possible for them to get the fuck out of there. Which is very One Piece. I think in any other show it would anger me a lot more, but in this,
it would be infuriating.
I'm just thinking to myself,
My Hero
whatever.
Academia. Just
yeah.
Could you imagine?
Any Jujutsu Kaisen, Hunter x Hunter, Naruto, take your pick, dude.
Titan.
Yeah, Attack on Titan, take your pick. If this happened in anything else, I'd be like, what the fuck are we doing? but this, I just shrug my shoulders and I go, well, this is boring, but it's One Piece. The big lady she gets so hungry for one specific thing and loses her mind. Whatever.
It just be like it this time.
It just is.
It just is.
Yeah.
This is the way.
Yeah.
I hate the way, but this is the way.
Mm-hmm. So we're encroaching on 100 episodes here for Whole Cake, and I think we'll probably get there. We'll probably skim close to it. So
Oda, look at me in the face right now, Oda. These right hand, left hand. I swear to God.
Look, getting to 100 episodes on this, I think is plausible. Getting to episode 900 on this, I don't think that's going to happen.
That's why I'm saying it. If it's after 900, we fighting.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Oda will be safe from you.
If I'm here after episode 900 and we're still here, you're catching hands.
Yeah, I think we get close to 880, if not past 880, but 900, I don't think it's going to happen. That's my hot prediction for this. All right, enough about the episodes. We've hammered them home. Next week, we're going to be doing 857 to 859. Devin, do you happen to have any quotes this week?
Not a damn thing. I didn't retain. I mean, donut.
Yeah.
Just moaning in donuts. I guess that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the only one you could really give.
I mean, it's true. He's that big donut guy. All right. So I have a couple quotes here.
You do? Where'd you pull them from?
I do. I pulled them from the episodes that we watched, of course. The first is when Luffy is trapped in the mochi pile. Not the first time, but I should say the first time when he turns the floor into mochi and reveals his awakened devil fruit power status. Luffy's trapped in the mochi and he's trying really hard to get out, but he can't. And so he decides he's going to try and kill fourth gear, but then Katakuri starts punching the absolute shit out of him, and then he says this. He goes, "Why do I have to just stand here and watch when I know you'll upgrade your power?" And honestly, round of applause. We don't get enough. We don't get enough interrupting the transformation sequences, you know. So
I agree.
So that's what I'm here for. Is somebody getting put in their place, whether it's the good guy or the bad guy. You know, this is fine. The second is, we talked about it, and I already briefly mentioned the quote, but I'm going to say it in specific detail now. When Luffy gets out of the pile of donuts, he goes, "What is with the pirate battles in this place? I have to eat at something every time to win." And I'm also just thinking to myself at the same time, bro, you're on a food island. This shouldn't be that unexpected, you know?
Yeah, this isn't that out of pocket, but I understand. I understand your frustration.
Yeah. Donuts. So delicious. Donuts.
Delectable.
At one point he says delicious to the whole, though, in my sub, and I thought that was a strange choice of translation.
Again, this is kind of sus. First, for a millisecond, my pervert brain went, he's gonna fuck those donuts.
That's too, you're doing too much, dude.
Again, that's how I interpreted it. And then I was like, no, he's just going to be eating them.
Yeah.
But it went there. I saw it.
That doesn't surprise me. I'm sure a lot of people did, especially with the way you hear that first, donuts. You know, it's just so sensual.
Yeah, he's making love via mouth to them.
Yeah. I also just love that, you know, we talked about how he doesn't have much of a jawline. He kind of does, but when he's in normal form. But because we're watching him in this mode, eating all the donuts, rather, he's using his mochi fruit to expand his jaw, kind of like Luffy would for.
In his defense, nobody looks good when they're laying on their bed eating ice cream, laying down.
Yeah,
like we all got that double chin look.
Yeah, you're looking. Your chin is tucked. You're looking at the TV, watching the latest episode of Black Mirror, scarfing down a pint of ice cream by yourself because you can.
That moment when your phone dies and you see your reflection in your phone. Disgusting.
Oh God, a monster.
It's that.
You throw your phone across the room.
Exactly. Who is this beast?
Yeah. So anyway, that ends my quotes. I'm good there.
Oh fuck.
So with that out of the way, we've got the golden ham pick of the week. What are we gonna do?
Can we give it to the shrine?
I don't know that I want to give it to the shrine, dude. I gotta be honest.
To be fair, the shrine is very bit funny. It was the one positive. I was like, it's a shrine.
Yeah.
I literally got no one else on docket for nobody deserves anything in these episodes, in my opinion.
I don't know. I mean, my default, because he was the most entertaining for me, would just be give it a Katakuri again, but I don't want to give it to the shrine. The shrine doesn't act, it was a funny bit, yeah, but in and of itself, it didn't do anything. Sure, he could have just built a house or a shack or whatever, but it's a shrine and he's worshiping donuts inside. But I don't know. Katakuri is my only default here. I don't want to give it to Luffy. Luffy doesn't win anything outside of the last 3 minutes of these episodes where he figures out hockey, and I'm not gonna give it to anyone in Germa and Bege's.
We could give it to the chefs
for making donuts.
Yeah.
And then dying.
Yeah. I ain't got nothing, dude.
You just don't want to give it to Katakuri.
I really don't.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Yeah, these are hard. Maybe
we could give it to the pile of poop.
I'm not gonna give it to the pile of poop mochi either.
Come on, give it to the poop emoji. That's what these episodes deserve.
I'm not giving it to poop emoji. You know what crossed my mind was we didn't talk about him for a single second up to this point, but what if we gave it to Peckham's?
Fuck it. Peckums.
My boy is just sad. He lost Big Bro, allegedly.
Give it to him. I don't care. Give it. Just get these episodes golden hand. This one's disgusting. Give it to Peckums. It'll make everyone fucking confused.
You know what? I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I want the record to show that I would have picked Katakuri, but I also don't want to do numbers. Mostly because Devin doesn't even have a real pick to go against Katakuri. He just doesn't want to vote Katakuri.
I just don't.
So
I gave it to him last week. He got it last week. He earned it last week. This week, nah, no one earned shit.
I think he earned it this week, but I digress. So we gave it to Peckums. Nobody understood until this very moment why Peckham's got it, because we literally didn't talk about him whatsoever.
The golden hams are the friends we make along the way.
Yeah, and the big bros that blow up along the way too. So that being said, we have no fan mail this week. Justin's not here to have checked the email or to give us the email, and he didn't send us anything ahead of time. So
he got lost. He got lost on the way to the mailbox, didn't he?
Probably. I don't know, in all honesty.
Ran to another bodega.
Very likely. So that being said, we're going to move on to the Patreon shout-outs. Or excuse me, the producer shout-outs. We don't have that other P word anymore. Producer shout-outs of the month are Taco and It's Me Rabbit. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. We love you dearly. We recorded one of your episodes, in fact, and it was better than I think we both expected. Devin here joined me. I managed to get Devin on for a second recording this year. New record. So
dab.
I hope to keep that streak going. Maybe we'll see what happens, though. This was kind of an anomaly.
I just cease to exist after this.
You basically do, as far as Panaview listeners are concerned, most of the time. So honestly, a second time this year is a treat that nobody saw coming.
And it was an actual what's the word I'm looking for?
Enjoyable?
I don't know if that's the word I'd choose.
Entertaining?
It was definitely an entertaining podcast.
Yes, I agree. The 2 hours flew by. The almost 2 hours. Now, how long that edit will be, who knows? But it was a good one. Good shout out. Shout out, It's Me Rap. That was It's Me Rap. It's one.
When this comes, or this episode that we're currently recording airs, would that episode be out yet?
Unsure, because now that we've built up our backlog here, this episode won't release for 2 weeks from the time of recording. So
okay,
if Dylan gets to it in 2 weeks, there's a decent likelihood that it'll be out, but there's no guarantees.
Okay.
So with that being said, we're going to move on to the Garb Gab, baby.
All right, so I have the bag here.
Mm-hmm. Very good, very good. I'm glad you listened when I told you I dropped it off.
And here you go.
All right, dude. I'm excited. I haven't gotten to pick out of the bag in a long time, and I'm looking forward to being able to indulge in why is it feels so coarse? Why does it feels like hair, like really thick hair? What is going on
matted
here? Yeah, why is it? What is all this matted? Oh, these are like brushes. Oh, that one's like a steel wire brush. Why? What is with all of this?
I put a bunch of brushes in here.
Yeah. What? Okay. This one's just a toothbrush. Is this used?
All right,
never mind. I don't want to know. I don't want to know anymore. I regret asking. Okay. Well, this one actually feels pretty nice to the touch and looks real. I could see myself using this one. You know what? I'm gonna take this one. I guess you put the garb gabs on the back of the things here. Yep. There you go. Okay. This one said, "Oh, nice and simple." Oh, Devin, you're gonna love this one. I bet you got some choice words for this one. This is Miss Valentine this time.
Ooh,
I bet this guy's got some choice picks for Valentine.
Okay, who did I like the least in these episodes? Honestly, I'm gonna have to go with Luffy.
Luffy,
they drove me fucking nuts.
Oh, really?
All the bits that he did were like most of them were just like, what the fuck is going on? Like the running away and then coming back skinny, the just everything around him, the him holding his lips to not show pain. Like I did not interpret it as sincere. I hated it. I was like, this is dumb. We're just milking. I hate it.
Oh, I
would throw Oda as my thing, but I've already done that before.
No, we're not doing that. Did we even actually agree on it that one time?
I don't remember.
I think Devin, that we were given a pass by Brendan to use it one time, and I don't think we've used that yet for some reason. But I also don't remember. We've done too many episodes of this fucking podcast, so somebody else can tell us if we've given Oda the Valentine Award yet, and also tell us what it was, because I clearly don't remember. Yeah, I don't feel like I can agree with a Luffy pick here for this Valentine Award. What I think, I don't know. Part of me wants to say part of me wants to give it a Big Mom, because she does show up and doesn't do fuck all anymore. She's been watered down to this version of her. There's also nah.
Right? Like there's like not a whole lot of substance to really like thumbtack someone in as this is the villain that we all despise.
Yeah, I still don't want to give it. I still don't want to give it to Luffy, but I had another pick, but I can't call what. I mean, I'd give an obligatory putting out there just because her character annoys me. Still, what else happened? Bege's thing. There's Germa's.
Wait, what's the teapot? Or the tea chicken guy's name again?
Oh,
Baron
Tamago. He's not.
Yeah, him.
You want to give it to Tamago?
Yeah, because like at one point, like he's all like, well, all the stupid stuff has happened and it's really bamboozled us. We should be on our toes. Like, fuck you. Well, how do you know the plot?
He's the only one giving credit to the Straw Hats. I'm not giving it to Baron Tamago. He respected Pedro too. I refuse.
I hate his teacup. Can we hate his teacup at least?
I can hate it. Sure, you can hate the teacup, but it's not getting the Valentine Award either.
Damn it!
I'm not giving it to Baron Tamago's teacup.
We could give it to Peckham's too.
I'm not giving it to Peckham's either. Peckham's doesn't deserve that smoke, dude.
Just a double Peckham's pick.
No shot, dude.
Why are you crying?
No
Why are you
shot.
always crying? Stop crying.
Ain't happening.
I don't know. I'm out of gas.
Just let me give it to Big Mom.
Sure, Big Mom.
All right, Big Mom. I hate that she's been reduced down to this nothing threat now until 10 hours from now when they finally get to Cacao Island. All right. With that being said, the show is now over. Thank you.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Panda Sightings. You can send us emails at pandasightings@gmail.com. You could also join our Discord and find links to our lovely little stores, or you could also become a producer yourself on our Discord. Links in the description below. Now, you were saying something earlier about the real big, the real meat of the episode, which is, we have new stuff in our store.
Well, the big news here is that we have made some finalizations. I think last episode I was talking to you about, and Justin and the audience in general, about the bigger merch store that we are planning to have, and that it was probably not going to be ready until the end of this month, which if by the time you're actually listening to this, the end of the month will have passed. I would encourage you.
By the time this episode comes out, we're already liars.
I would encourage you at this point, since it'll be the end of the month by the time you're listening, to keep an eye out on both our social medias and join the Discord, because that merch store is probably going to go live officially in an official capacity before you hear this. So at the time you hear this, it will likely be ready to go. And so keep an eye out, because the stuff is basically ready. And ooh boy, I'm excited. We got some test versions of the stuff that we're going to be putting in the store, and I was a big fan of all of it. And
did we get actual physical test versions?
We got physical versions of it. Yeah, Jordy and I got a couple of versions of of a few of the things that are going to be in the merch store shipped, and We were able to look at them and actually hold them. God, it's so weird to hold merchandise for a thing that is for my podcast, for our podcast.
I made this.
I'm part of this thing that has physical merchandise outside of the stickers. The stickers are one thing. They're cool. I love the stickers too, but the other stuff that we actually are going to have in this new merch store, it was just so surreal to be able to hold something with.
You'll have to send me some nice pics.
Yeah, I'll send you pictures of the stuff that we got and also some of the other things. I can wear it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
donut.
There's your big news, everybody, and there will be more to come. Probably in the next recording, we will talk about it in more depth. And also, again, by the time you're listening to this, the official website store merch will have
should be
gone live. So head over there by finding the links, most likely in our socials and Discord. I don't know if I can talk about it in a completely official capacity right now, which is why I'm being slightly vague about it. But do the thing. That's all I'm saying.
Do the thing. Julie, do the thing.
Thank you again, everybody, for listening. And au revoir. Au revoir.
Good night. I love you.